quick one before I go to bed. There was a time in my marriage when the most dangerous thing between us was not argument, it was silence. No shouting, no dramatic fight, just a quiet distance that slowly began to grow between myself and my husband. And what made it more difficult was that no one talked about this kind of silence in marriage. But the silence can quietly weaken the connection between two persons who claim to be in love. If you're new to this channel, my name is Adeline Dominic, and this is Heal&Rise with Adeline. A place where we talk about emotional healing, marriage, and relationship growth. Through both professional experience and my personal journey, I have learned how deeply emotional healing and healthy relationships shape our lives, and that is why I created this space to help people heal emotionally, strengthen their relationship, and build healthier, better, fulfilling life. If the message I'm passing here resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share your thoughts in the comment section, as people might learn from your experience and actually see that they are not alone in the world of silence when it comes to relationship. You see, in the early days of my relationship, communication was natural. We were communicating freely. For example, couples will communicate about everything, their dreams, their worries, their plans for the future, even the smallest details. We communicated it like every other couple. But over time, something can quietly change because life becomes so busy, and responsibility increases, and children, work, and daily stress begins to take more attention. And slowly, without anyone noticing at first, conversation begins to fade. I usually know my husband used to be a quiet person, but at the beginning of the relationship, we're having good and back and forth beautiful relationship, even though he was a quiet person, and he would say to me, I'm this happy and this, and very chatty because it's you. It was special that it was to me. And what once felt like connection slowly became a routine because we just noticed that there was a silence. And the question is, why the silence? Of course, I know that my husband was a quiet person, but he always said to me that, okay, I'm chatty because it's you. Now, the challenge with silence is that it often hides emotions that are not being expressed. Unspoken frustrations, unshared worries, unmet emotional needs. When couples stop talking openly, misunderstandings can grow. And that's what started happening. So, like, one partner may begin to feel unseen or unimportant, and the other may feel overwhelmed or emotionally distant from the partner. And without conversation, those feelings remain hidden. Silence can slowly create emotional distance between two people who once felt deeply connected. And that was exactly what happened to me. One important realization in my journey was that silence in a marriage does not always mean peace. Sometimes silence simply means that important conversations are being avoided. Healthy relationships require communication all the time and emotional honesty to each other. So when couples begin to speak openly again, they create opportunities to reconnect again in their relationship. So listening with patience, expressing feelings with respect, making time for meaningful conversation, these small efforts can slowly rebuild emotional closeness. Sometimes restoring connections begins with simple actions. Taking time to ask how your partner truly feels. Showing appreciation for the effort they make. Creating moments of shared conversation, even in the middle of the busy lives you both have. Relationship grows stronger when both partners feel heard and valued. So communication becomes the bridge that reconnects two people who may have drifted apart. Communication will reconnect them again and bring them together. If your relationship has experienced moments of silence, remember this today. Silence does not have to be the end of connection. Sometimes it's simply a signal that the relationship needs more attention and more honest conversation. And if this message spoke to you, share in the comment section whether you believe silence can affect relationship. And if you want more conversation about emotional healing, marriage and relationship growth, please like the video and subscribe to the channel Heal and Rise with Adeline. When we begin to speak honestly again, we also begin to rise and heal together. Over time, we have heard couples come and say they are renewing their marriage. They are doing a new marriage again. You don't know what has happened. They're just saying to you that they want to feel new again, because sometimes when it gets too long, they begin to feel boring. Silence can begin to creep in. Anyway, until my next episode, stay tuned. Bye.